everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. Right, okay. I'll try not to bore you too much because I do plan to do a video update this week, but cut a long story short, I got tonsillitis on a cruise in June, and I got tonsillitis at the back end of a cruise that I've just come back from, because I sit here today with swollen tonsils, although I don't have throat pain this time, rather bizarrely. But I spent 4 hours in a walk-in clinic here to be prescribed penicillin because, yeah, got tonsillitis for the second time in 5 months. Both times on a cruise, which is really bizarre. Which begs the question, when I've got this problem with the throat, why am I sat here recording a session when I should be resting my throat? It's because I want to play some Pathfinder, so I may commentate when I get into the swing of the game a little bit less than usual, but I wanted to play it and bring you something, so here I am. I've also got a new keyboard and mouse, which you'll have seen if you're in the Discord server. Again, I'll do a video update about all of this kind of mundane things, but it's completely different to the other one. It's first of all, it's wireless. I wanted a wireless keyboard and mouse because I got my new height adjustable desk and I wanted to get rid of as many wires as possible. And it's quite a slimline, thin thing with really small, like laptop style keys. I'm kind of on the fence with the keyboard at the moment. The mouse, however, is really nice, but both of them are much quieter. So you'll get much less mouse and keyboard clicking sounds going forward. So that's, I suppose, a slight positive. I've gone through my phase of having a mechanical keyboard now and got it out of my system. But anyway, we start today's session here on the Kingdom management screen because a minister wants to talk to us, so I thought as soon as we leave this we're going to get a conversation, so we shall kick things off with that conversation. You can see that I'm struggling to talk already. We'll see how long this session lasts, and then we'll kick the session off properly once we've seen who it is that wants our attention. I don't have to shout, you see, because I can put the volume up on the Audacity, so I don't have to talk too loudly. Right, so here comes Don Fear with 2,000 coins, and basically he's telling us that things have gone well. Because he's a created character in this position, we don't get any of the scripted conversations that the other ministers have. We just get this kind of flat bonus that you get every so often. Hence why it's better to put named characters in your slots. And here is Terval bringing forth a contribution, which will probably go in the junk drawer. No offence, Terval, but that's just the way it works. But yes, let's take a look at what she brought us. She brought us. What did she bring us? What did she bring us? Date. Oh, it's there. Oh. We already have that, right? Yeah, she's brought us another one. Oh, well, it is going into the junk drawer. Not because it's useless, but because we already have it. 27 grand in your hand. And I realise that we haven't rested yet either, so we shall rest up. You want to try talking with swollen tonsils, which constrict the back of your throat. It's really difficult. It's not painful, but it's like it's just a really strange sensation when you're talking, and it's almost like it's hard to explain. Do you know, like if you got a cold and you start talking through your nose? It's almost like that, but in your throat. It's really odd. Really odd. Anyway. The things I do for you guys. In fact, it's not for you guys, really. It's for my own pleasure, really. Because I wanted to play this game, and obviously I can't play it without you guys watching, so here I am. Let's just quickly finish off Kingdom Management before we get to the crux of today's session. 2 new projects have just started. Why? Okay, that's that one. What's this? Oh! We can send somebody to scout the eastern regions. Send scouts to the Camelands and Silver Steppe to see if we've missed anything. Yeah. We'll send the hunter out. It's the best bet. Oh, and there was one thing I wanted to bring to your attention, and I wanted to do it whilst you were here on camera, because we have our first black market project. Every 3 months we will get a project that would bring us a random item, which will probably go in the junk drawer, but hey, we're sending our Mr. Economy out to the black market to bring back the prized possession. It's rather expensive, but needs to be done. I feel like we should probably purchase a handful more kingdom management build points, just in case something crops up unexpectedly. But no. I've levelled up all the characters, so there's no worries there. I could sort out Elquist's hotbar on this side, because we're not going to use a lot of these, but we'll do that another time, because right now we've got two things that we're going to do. The first thing is, well, this is not the first thing. The second thing is we're going to get to Magical Prison to see if we can find this Farniras the Pensive. We have that magical key now with all monsters defeated, so we'll finish the session on this potentially. But the first part of the session is going to involve us getting involved in a fight that we didn't wish to get involved with. Because you'll recall in the last session, if you watched it, that I have 4 of the 5 pieces of the Tree Crest set. And if you cast your minds back a few episodes now to when I was at the Castle of Knives, the area, that really large area, when we were doing those trials for the elders. In the southeastern area of that map, there was a Mandragora thing, which I refused to fight. I snuck past it on the way to the Treant things, and rather humorously, as if the game is mocking us really, that Mandragora that I skipped actually drops the final Tree Crest piece, so we're going to have to fight it now and potentially expose ourselves to Mandragora swarms. Such is life. We've got plenty of time to kill. To be honest with you, we should be claiming unclaimed resources. I mean, look at all these resources that we're just not claiming because we can't be arsed. I mean, this is typical slapdash Elquist at his finest. Resources in lands recently claimed. Do you wish to grab them, my liege? No, I don't wish to. Can't be bothered. But they could bring valuable. No, I said. Okay. We'll nab them as and when we swing by them. Oh, go away. Oh. Or maybe not, as the case may be. Earth elementals, perchance? No. Primal manticores, which don't scream that high level of a creature? Or am I cursing myself here? I mean, there's quite a lot of them. This is probably what they're relying on being the problem for us, is strength in numbers, I would assume here. I would like to pull back a smidgen, just so that the tanks get the aggro first, if you don't mind. Okay, turn. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Right, off we go.
Not used to lighting a fire first.
Okay, everything's going smoothly-ish. Good job, team. Take a few skins while we're here. Yeah, I really love the new mouse. The new mouse is slides over the desk beautifully. It's DPI. You can set the DPI of it. It's set perfect. I just couldn't ask for a better mouse. The only thing missing from the mouse, actually, compared to my old mouse, was my old mouse had a couple of other little shortcut keys, like a back button for the internet browser. I programmed it to be a back button, so that when you want to go back on the screen, just click the mouse, the side button on the mouse. Really handy. It's the only thing missing from it, really. I mean, I'm not a big mouse and keyboard person, to be honest with you. Because I'm sure with time and effort I could find a mouse as nice as this with all the functions that I need it to have. But do you think I have time to sit down and look for a mouse for an hour? No. I spent 10 minutes, saw this and thought this looks decent and purchased it. Anyway, whilst we're resting and messing around, I will bore you with my thoughts on the keyboards, because why not? Let's rest first. Let me just concentrate. Okay, yeah. Right, we're going to be fighting a rather horrendous... We'll go with Monster Casserole. Yeah, Monster Casserole's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So, the keyboard is quite a slim line, which I really like. It's got a nice chrome bottom, so it looks very sleek. It's quite light, although it does feel very sturdy. It's got a quality feel to it, to be fair. It was 30 quid, by the way, this thing. It's not exactly extortionately expensive. I like...
Why are you always staring at me? Did I put a toad in your trousers? We're in the same boat.
We have common enemies, true. That doesn't mean we're friends.
I mean, the fact that we've been patrolled and adventured together for God knows how many months should at least make us acquaintances, right? Though, Jesus. Yeah, I quite like sort of the low-profile laptop keyboards. Or so I thought until I started using this, and it's I have a tendency to keep mispressing. Because on my old keyboard, obviously the keys were much bigger. They also had slightly beveled edges, is that the right word? Slightly curved keys, so that you couldn't really accidentally stray into another key, whereas these are just completely flat. So the tendency to stray into another key and press another key by mistake, especially with the keys being so sort of low, is much higher, I've found. Another issue with this is that the enter key on a lot of keyboards is quite large, whereas on this one it's just a very long, thin thing. So I keep mispressing where I think the enter key used to be on my old keyboard, which on this keyboard is the hash tilde key. Really strange. So I need to get used to where the enter key is and the fact that it's smaller. Right down here, I think we need to be. So that's another issue which I have to get used to. The most irksome issue of the lot, which I didn't account for, is I've always been used to typing on a keyboard with a decent tilt angle. Now, according to the recent DSE guidance, you shouldn't actually type on a keyboard with a tilt anymore. They recommend you type with the keyboard as flat as possible, with a palm rest. But I'm not used to typing on a flat keyboard. And although this keyboard does have I'd probably call it a 10-degree tilt, I'm used to something more like a 30-degree tilt on my keyboard. And that is actually surprisingly difficult to adjust to. Excuse me. And as I was trying to find my shortcut key to mute my microphone, which is Shift F5, I've just noticed that the F keys are slightly smaller than my old keyboard too. So yeah, I think it's just a case of getting used to the new keyboard's little quirks and features. Stop right there, criminal scum. I think I'll get used to it. But what I'm actually doing, and may have to find something a little bit better than a notebook to do this, I'm actually tilting my keyboard by putting something underneath it, because I'm struggling to get used to its flatness. So I can't use a notebook now forever, so I might have to find, there might be something out there special or specific, or maybe I can stick something on the underside of the chrome bottom to raise it up. Let me blue tack something onto it to make it raise the keyboard a bit. If anybody's got any ideas how I can raise the keyboard through some kind of fancy homemade gadget, please let me know, which has actually really helped. Putting this notepad has really helped. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. So there's my review of the keyboard and the mouse. It's an Artec, by the way. Right, I think we need to buff here. We've got a Mandragora Swarm and a Mandragora Thing, so we need to use a lot of AoE. We're going to use turn-based for this because I want to get as much AoE as possible off as quickly as possible. Maybe some surprise attack rounds, because these things do insane ability damage. So first things first, we'll get to the buffing, and it's going to be a full buff job as well. So I might actually just skip this out of the video. So back when we're buffed. Okay, the buff fest is done.
That is not far.
Although, to be quite honest with you, I don't know how useful the buffing is going to be, simply because the Mandragora Swarms don't deal damage. They hover over you and you get instantaneously hit. So all of the displacements and all of the things that we've done, I don't think make a blind bit of difference against the swarms themselves, which is the main threat of this fight, to be honest with you. The first opening gambit, rather than being a Kundio for a change, is actually going to be Firestorm, because that affects only enemies, and it's an AoE attack, which is really good against these things, and it's fire, and these are plant-based. So, yeah. Go Tristian. Hasn't killed the damn things, but certainly hit them. And I forgot completely to go into turn-based, so I'll do it now. Right, Akundio can finish off the big guy.
Ah, good, you dead.
Or maybe not. Look, here they come. They also heal as well. Yeah, look at that. They're insane. They just pass right through you. Kill you. There, look, not dead. It's outrageous. These things are outrageous. I mean, and I don't even know what else you can do against them, to be honest with you. Right, a bit of Burning Hands, maybe. It's like an AoE attack, isn't it? But it's going to hit a couple of my own allies. Fireball. Could kind of catch the back end of a couple of them. I don't know if you can hit them with like an enchanted weapon.
I'll cut you.
Well, you can. Okay, can Elquist hit them? He's not got an enchanted weapon, but I'll try it. Okay, we can attack them. Okay. What else can we do? They're resistant to lightning, aren't they?
Serves you right.
Could rather do with killing them before they get another turn. Okay, so Tristan, take a 5-foot step. And then maybe a controlled fireball. Okay, I think we are good now, but we'll... There you go. Finish it as we started it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, who suffered? Who's suffering? Just you? Look at that. It might be just him, you know. Oh, we got some wisdom damage. Oh, that's his mutagen. Oh, 11 ability damage, other damage. Okay, we'll get Tristan on the case. I mean, I don't think we're gonna go anywhere else really, without resting at least. But while we're here, there you go. And to the doggy. And some healage. And hopefully the tree crest cone. There we go. Look at that. Made it all worthwhile, didn't it? Or did it? The jury's out on that one. Okay, so that's part one of our intended things to do today. Obviously, the second is the magical prison, but before we go there, I'm thinking maybe we should let Knock Knock rest, or should we? Nah. Let's just go straight there. Because we can. I mean, we're speaking with a mage. Is he going to attack? I'm going to remain silent. I've got a bad throat. I shouldn't be talking and putting a commentator's curse on myself. Excellent. Right, so I think we might be done with the Castle of Knives finally. Right, where's quicker? Let's have this debate. Not that it makes a massive difference, but Pit Axe is 1 day and 11 hours. This place is 1 day and 18. Well, blow me down with a feather. Let's get ourselves over to here first then, and get ourselves another, what do you call it? Oh, Tristan's got strength damage too. Which actually will be slowing us down. Probably. Oh no, please. Oh, flipping hellfire. God.
Can you make an epic pose?
No,
inspiration.
What we got now? Hydra? What are these things? Poisonous Hydra. Oh, bloody hell. Tristan? Oh, it's Knock Knock's turn. Okay, how about we do this then? You're not going to help us? You're not going to do anything? No? Just stand there gawping? Ooh, hang on a second. Ooh. Ooh dear. Okay, off you go. Pull back. Definitely pull back. Why aren't we casting, Christian? I'll ask you one final time to cast Delay Poison. Heavens help us! Oh, Elquist's gonna have to come now. What's he doing? Just stood there. Do something useful, man. Well, that was a fight that was completely out of my control. 100% completely outside of my control. Do as you want. Do as you will. Who am I to give you instruction? Don't fancy casting Delay Poison, Tristan? Then don't bother. I mean, why would you cast that? I mean, it's only poisonous creatures we're fighting here.
As it should be.
Okay, so Tristan is knackered and he needs to cast a restoration on self. Okay, oh, there you go. Okay, just another 65 random encounters to survive for an achievement. That's definitely not going to happen before the end of the game. So I've only ever fought 35 random encounters. Is what that statistic is telling me. Which, considering that we are 170 hours into this playthrough, is not
Be nice,
a
don't you
lot
think?
of random encounters. Is it? Okay, so we claim that. We could claim that as well. Is there a reason why we're not going to claim that? Not really. Other than Elquist's laziness. Which, when something is as close as this, even Elquist's laziness has its limits. We'll claim that too. And then we'll go back to there. And claim that as well. Because all of a sudden we've got an inkling as to we want to claim a lot of stuff right now. Thank you very much. And then we'll go back to Pitax and teleport away from this hellacious place. Okay, let's go back to Top Cliff. Simply to rest, really. See what the update is to the kingdom management side of things. And then we're going to pop off to hopefully speak with Mr. Farinras. And then we'll finish the session with the storyteller. Although that might be difficult. It's supposed to not be talking, so reading a story is going to prove to be quite difficult. What are we doing? Absolutely nothing here. So we shall rest and we shall move. So we just have to remember where we were supposed to be going here. I think it's... There we are, about here, wasn't it? If memory serves me well enough. Indeed it does. I mean, the fact that you've got to go through so much to actually even unlock this door makes me think that there's something really nasty behind it or something really lucrative. And knowing our luck, it'll be the former option.
All according to plan.
But definitely worthy of a quick save, wouldn't you say? I definitely agree. Okay, so now we're going to plunge the key into the barrier. Oh, it actually speaks to us. The monsters are defeated. The trial is past. The door will open to the strongest. The door will open to you. Will open to... Poof! Elquist thrusts the key into the barrier. And as he does so, waves of barely visible bluish light run up and down along the key. It appears that a protective spell of some sort was hiding its true nature, but now it disappeared. An ethereal whisper comes from the door and distinctly pronounces the word phylactery. Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. You barely have time to consider its meaning when the key dissolves in the waves of blue light. It's part of a plan. The imprisoned one can be free, but only by sacrificing the essence of his power. The key is delivered and destroyed. The monsters are defeated. The door opened to the strongest. Enter now. Enter now to fight a leash, I think, potentially. I mean, there's nothing lost from buffing, is there? So we're gonna buff again. Back in a second. Okay, we're buffed. Let's go. Farinras the Pensive. Clad in tattered scraps of clothes, slowly turns toward you and takes a few shuffling steps in your direction. From under the ragged pieces of cloth, once undoubtedly bright and rich, the face of a dead man, barely covered with flesh, stares back at you. His eye sockets glow with a terrifying pale light. I can't believe it. So, finally someone fell for the letter. I admit it was a weak plan, but I had so little time to invent it. Trick with the letter? He steal your thing thoughts, Elquist? Or worse, something? Yes, we knew that already. Such remarkable powers of observation. So are you Farinras? It seems. I hear notes of uncertainty in your voice, brave adventurer. Am I wrong? Yes, I am Farinras the Pensive. Our acquaintance won't last long, but nevertheless, I am happy to meet you. Who imprisoned you here? One extremely annoying creature. One I'll have to get rid of right after I deal with you. Oh boy. Guardian armor. Should we step outside? Oh, we not into... Do you know what? We're going to exit turn-based mode for now. We're quite buffed, and I think if we step outside, we should be fine. So don't want to get swarmed, you see. We're hasted, and we're also protected against death. We've got Death Ward on too, so... yeah, we'll play this by ear. Okay, Stink Cloud, not a problem.
Calculated risk.
Oh, he's hitting us with something. But oh, it's Bone Shaker. Ah, interesting. I think Tristan is not going to make this in time. Where's Tristan?
Be easier if you not fight back.
This was not part of the plan.
Okay, Elquist has fallen right as Farinras falls. What's going on? It's all gone black. Oh, what's happening here? Wail of the Banshees obliterating us. Holy hell! Jesus, that was his dying shriek. Bloody hell!
Your troubles.
Phew. Anyway, we did it. Quite a nasty son of a gun, wasn't he? Okay, so we've got Scroll of Vampiric Touch, missing pages from the Diary of Farinras Pensive, last page of the Farinras, light crossbow, that's a rather nice hat, amulets, bracers, and cloaks. Let's take it all. I'm really not in a position to read long articles here, so I'll probably leave this for the next session, actually. If you don't mind. I mean, I've got it on the I can put it on the screen, you can read it at your leisure, to be fair. You just pause it and perhaps move the screen down so you can pause and read at your leisure. It's just that reading all this with my throat really isn't going to be a good idea. Okay, so that's that one. And then we've got the last page. So enjoy that little bit of lore there. What I'm more concerned about right now, however, is these lovely items. So Braces of Armor +8, which we already have with him, but not with him. It's +7. That +8. Enjoy. We have this lovely Cloak of Resistance +5, which is of only any use to you, and you already have a +5, so that's no good to us. An Amulet of Natural Armor +5 as well, which may not be of use to anyone other than the person or the people that already have those. Oh. No. Oh, this lovely hat! Hat of Mental Perfection +8. Why have a poxy headband when you can have a hat? Look at that! A hat that Donfear would be so proud of. I'm sure Donfear, if he sees, or not if, but when he sees Tristian waltz through the doors of the throne room wearing that, he is going to be so jealous. It's fantastic. Look at it. I love it. It was well worth the trip just for that. Okay, so there you go, folks. That is the magical prison done. Some items to sell, some knickknacks to pawn off. But now, all that is left to us is purely kingdom management. So I'll get to that and just record the key bits of it and anything that crops up of note in the next session. But I've got to end this one here. I've done my best, but I should really rest my throat. So yeah, as I record this, and by the time you watch this, the England game will either be on or will have finished, because it's starting in about an hour and a half now. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, until next time, my friends, enjoy the rest of your days. And until then, see you soon.